We all are on different paths, but at times our paths intertwine. We experience moments of victories and, no doubt, the valleys along the way. However, some have the sheer determination to create a melody with the wind, the thunder, and the rain. Welcome to the journey, everyone. Today I converse with someone who will adjust your sails with the melody of his voice and allow you to ride out your storm to your destination. We'll be right back for the journey. Welcome back to the journey, everyone. As you can tell, I'm quite excited because I want to introduce you to somebody who embodies what it really is to ride out your storm with a song. This guy will sing you under the chair and cause you to get an encounter with your God. Today, I am with Jermaine Tulloch, affectionately called JT. Welcome to the journey, sir.
Thank you. I am so excited to be here. Thank you
You're
for
excited.
having me.
I'm excited.
Yes, we are both excited.
Yes, so welcome to the journey. And I'm sure many people know you, and you have this impressive resume. You've been a performer, an actor, and I'm sure the other day I was talking to somebody and they said that they saw you in performance, but you weren't singing, and how disappointed they were that they came to the show because JT was in the show, but JT never sang. JT, when did you first find out that you had a voice, that you could actually sing?
So I am not one of those singers who walked around at 2 and 3 with a microphone.
No.
That's not me.
Uh-huh.
My story started much later.
Talk to us.
I started singing by accident.
By accident?
It was a coincidence.
What a beautiful accident.
Yes. I guess it was God's plan.
Yes.
So the story goes, and I've said this story 1,000 times, but the story goes, I went to O'Brien High School. That's actually where I teach right now.
Oh, nice.
And it starts in the 7th grade. I went there for 7th, 8th, 9th. I wanted to be an actor.
An actor.
Never had kind of singing I wanted to be an actor. So I auditioned for the Boston Arts Academy High School. So I went and I auditioned for the theater program. As a joke, me and my friends were there. We had extra time sitting around. We went and we auditioned for the vocal program.
Oh.
Something happened that summer. I got into the theater program, but something happened that summer where they needed more boys in the voice program, so they moved me over to the voice program. And I was so disappointed.
Oh, no.
I was upset. I was angry. I'm like, I wanted to be with my friends in the theater program, but it was in that voice program that I realized, oh, wow, I kind of have a voice.
A divine collision.
Yeah, I kind of have a voice.
Destiny, yeah. Oh, wow. And so your voice have taken you to the world-famous Harlem Gospel Choir.
Yes.
Faneuil Hall. You
Yes.
sang for local television programs. Symphony Hall, I've been there. Boston Lyric Opera.
Yeah.
The Black Nativity. I saw you perform in that
Yeah.
and sang in that. I mean, who would have thought, did you ever thought that your voice would have taken you to these well-renowned places?
Never thought that.
Never
thought that.
And when you walked into these places and now you're using your voice as an inspiration, how did that make you feel?
It made me feel awesome to be even privileged to be in those places. So when I went to those places, I didn't go with the attitude of, I'm here.
You're here. Nice.
I went with the attitude of, I am here.
I am here.
It was kind of a surreal kind of dream. Like, who would have picked me to be in this space? I remember my first time singing a solo at Symphony Hall.
Wow.
and just hearing how voices just ping through the auditorium, it was just like, whoa, what is this place? So glad it wasn't my last.
So glad. Wow. So when you think about how you almost, let's say, collided with destiny with your voice, when did you accept that this is a divine gift that you were given? When did you accept that? Are you still walking into accepting?
So accepting that this is a divine gift that was given, I started singing when I was 16. Yes, I grew up singing in the church choir, but not really seriously.
Right.
I was an usher at church when I was a kid. And we sang in the church choir because we had to.
Right.
It wasn't a choice. If you were young, you're going to sing in the youth
choir.
choir. But I started singing around 16. I started singing professionally around 18. 19 years old, I was chosen, and I got to film a TV show, a whole season of a TV show for a major network.
Nice.
And I was able to perform on the Today Show.
Oh.
That was like with Al Roker and all those.
Katie Couric, yeah.
All of them. I was able to sing on the Today Show, which was amazing.
Yeah.
And even with all of that at a young age, probably didn't accept that my voice was a talent until about 2 years ago. Probably about 2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So
It took
after
a while.
singing for so many years,
So many years.
you're just awakening to...
Just awakening.
Wow.
To, wow, okay, this is a gift.
This is your
a
gift. I mean, when you hear people say to you, man, your voice, when you hear these astounding accolades about your voice and what your voice has done and the songs that you have sung, what they have done to people, how they have shifted people, trajectories from their storms, what does that make you, how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel great. It makes me feel good that the song was able to do something for them. For me as a person, sometimes I get surprised, like, oh, the song did that for you? Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm glad. But I've learned over the years to perform less. We always learn to take on a character.
I like that.
I've learned to put the characters down and just be myself.
Be yourself.
And that's where the acceptance of this has been a gift, has been kind of awakening for me. I don't have to get on stage and take a character. I can be myself and let my voice shine out.
Walk us through that, because that's quite profound. What let me rephrase this. Who were you walking on the stage being before you owned that this was your gift?
So, and I've done a lot of musical theater, a lot of stage plays. You take on that character. You embody the character that they give you.
Yeah.
You take on their mannerisms, you take on their language,
Yeah.
and you learn that character. You learn it. You sing like they would sing, you talk like they would talk, you walk like they would walk. And through that process, you've learned to always go on stage and, like they say, get into character. But when there's no character to get into, what do?
Whoa.
You've never taken time to study you.
Ooh.
Who are you?
Who are you?
How do you walk? How do you talk? How do you like to sing? What protrudes out of you? What's in your heart that you want to transform and transcend to the audience? So those things.
And when did you evolve into owning you and accepting you?
It has taken years. It has taken years. I mean, with different processes in place, like auditions and different things like that, you always want to be better. You always, you never find completeness. You never find completeness. And I remember one time I heard a message, you are complete in him.
In him. Wow.
And you could hear a message over and over again. But you know how that one time it's just like a semi-automatic truck just hits you like boom?
Yes.
And that message hit me.
Yes.
I am complete. Whether you can sing that note or not, whether you can do that or not, whether the audience, you are already complete in him.
Wow.
And that And that kind of helped awaken to this is a gift, and God's going to use the gift as he sees fit. It's a gift for me to edify the body. It's a gift from God for me to use as he sees fit.
But you never always experience triumph with your voice.
Oh no.
You face some rejection. Walk us through with somebody with this kind of voice. You know, they talk about Whitney Houston, the voice. I mean, when you think of JT, you're like, man, I don't think I've heard anyone who sings like you. But you face some rejection.
Oh yeah. I think first I want to say the biggest rejection I faced was me rejecting myself. That was the biggest rejection. My voice was always too high for me. Two different things. I'm like, oh my gosh. I always try to fit my voice into some mold that I heard.
Wow.
And it wouldn't work.
So imitate
this person. You'll listen to this singer, try to imitate them. Then you want to take pieces, which is not necessarily bad, taking pieces. But if you're trying to literally evolve into that person, you're losing yourself. That was the biggest rejection. But over the years, you know, as a singer, going from audition to audition, not everybody is going to like you. Not everybody. You are not going to move everyone. People will have a stone cold face. Not everybody's not the same. Some people will not be impressed at all. So you learn to be satisfied with what you can offer and know that it's not for everyone and be okay with that.
You shared that there's a time when you went for an audition and you had the voice, but you weren't tall enough. You didn't fit the mold. How did that make you feel? Walk us through that moment.
So this was I remember they did a casting call for, I don't think it was a movie. I think it was a musical theater show. So they were about to put up this musical theater show, and it paid well. It was like a 5-week run, so it was going to be good. And I remember going to the audition, and I remember singing my heart out because I wanted this lead part. I wanted this lead part. And they said, thank you, you know. And I didn't hear back.
Wow.
I didn't hear back. And I saw on Facebook who got the part, you know, and I was happy that he got it. I was happy that he got it. Sad that I didn't get it.
Right.
However, I saw he declined it. And I remember getting a call, and I remember hearing, I would like for you to come and fill this part. I guess the person they had didn't want it. But they gave it to him because he had the look that they wanted. He was tall, had the broad shoulders.
Did that affect your self-esteem at all?
Oh yes, that affected it. When you walk into auditions, so there's when you're as a musical theater artist, a lot of shows like you see the poster,
right?
So a lot of people want to see what they see on the poster on stage. So if you don't look like the poster and you're auditioning for this show, what part are you going to get? We can put you in the ensemble, which can be anybody, but you really don't look like a lead. And you hear that over and over. You don't look like a lead, which had me stop auditioning shows for a while. And I just did like solo recital work. So I would just do recitals.
So you boxed your gift.
I boxed it, and I stopped performing in shows for a while. I did Harlem Gospel Choir. I did other stuff. But for a good 5-6 years, I stopped performing in shows because I was getting sick of hearing, you don't look like this part. You sound amazing, don't get me wrong, but you just don't. I don't know where to put you in this show. So that was something that I had to mentally work through, you know.
And I saw that you highlighted a person on your page the other day who got the lead. She looked different from what
very different.
You know, that normally would have been out there. And I saw your cheer for this person. Talk to somebody today who has has the caliber voice that you have, but they don't look the part. They're not what the producers may be looking for, and they may feel like maybe I shouldn't try again. Walk somebody through how you overcame that storm who might be going through it right now.
I think sometimes we limit ourselves believing that we always have to be invited to somebody's something.
Wow.
We always have to be a part of somebody's something. But you have to be strong and sometimes create your own. You have to create your own lane.
Your own lane. Wow.
You have to create your own lane. God has given us so many gifts,
Yes.
so many abilities, so many talents. Sometimes we have to create our own lane.
Hear it, somebody. Yeah.
We have to create our own lane. We have to stop running to always wanting to be included, wanting to be a part of, wanting to be casted in. They didn't give you that show. Create your own show.
Create your own show. Create your own show.
God, there are 8 billion people on
yes.
this earth. Somebody will buy that ticket. God will have somebody fund it. God will have somebody bring it to pass. There are 8 billion people on this world.
Yes.
You think God's going to forget about you? Keep going. Keep trying. Work hard. You still got to work hard.
Yes.
You know, God's going to do his part, but we still got to do our part by that practicing, by that, digging deep and studying. But go after and do your own. Do your own. Cast yourself.
Cast yourself.
Cast yourself. Do it yourself. And I think sometimes
Cast
that
yourself.
comes from not having access to different information. Sometimes everybody doesn't have the same level of access to information,
Right.
which also brings insecurities, which also brings different
good.
things.
Yeah.
But if you can believe it, I know it sounds so cliche, if you can
Right,
believe it, you
right.
could achieve it. But the first
Then I
step
can do it.
into that is
Yeah.
actually believing that you could.
You can.
Believing that you could. Like that story you brought up about, her name is Janelle.
Janelle, yes.
Janelle Jones.
Janelle Jones, yes.
And she is a very dark skin,
I saw that.
very big bone,
Saw that too.
with dreads, young lady who was casted as Belle in Beauty and the Beast.
Who'd have thunk it?
Belle has a look.
Right, she does.
That is one character that we can all.
But it's
we all
like
know that Belle-
breaking the stereotypes.
Yes.
Right? Breaking down the walls.
And it's 2022, and some people are still not ready to break the
not ready.
stereotype, break the walls, break what people feel like this should look like. And she went out there and she sang,
Wow.
and they casted her.
Wow.
And that's not something I thought I would ever see. And I was so proud. I was so happy. I was like, what? It was like revolutionary that this
Revolutionary, yeah.
big, dark skin,
Yes.
beautiful girl
Beautiful
is
girl.
casted in a part that 99.9999999 times
Yes.
is given to a very skinny, certain type color hero. They'll put a wig on it.
Right.
Caucasian woman. So it was just amazing to see.
Do you feel like theater and these kind of productions are ready for that revolution?
I think they're starting to. Broadway is definitely getting ready for it. One of the things I noticed is it's time to do our own. It's time to do our own.
Does it sound? Are you telling me that you're writing something? Or you're producing something I can try out for?
I need to, because there are so many. There's some musical shows that I won't do because as a Christian, there's just some
Right.
topics that I won't take a part of.
Right.
But you know what? It's Sight and Sound can't be the only Christian theater that we go to. Somebody got to have an idea. Somebody got to be able to write, produce a show, that we could send to Broadway. B.B. Winans did one, which was
Yes.
amazing. But we need more people
Need
in the
more.
kingdom to do these different things, to give kingdom people access. To show their different gifts. I necessarily would not call myself a gospel singer. And I know a lot of people
Well,
would
pursue that, yeah.
a lot of people would say,
Yeah.
what do you mean you sing at church and different things? I don't believe that's the style of my voice as a gospel singer. Now, anybody can sing gospel because gospel is just the good news of
Right.
Jesus Christ. So people can sing gospel in their own way, but I necessarily wouldn't classify myself as a gospel singer. I'm more of a musical theater, classical singer. And we need kingdom people in those arenas. We need kingdom people in every place, in every space.
Every
I'm gonna put that
space.
on a cup.
You
In every
should.
place,
in every space. That's good. And you know, sometimes you talk about denial, that sometimes denial sometimes really pushes us into creativity.
It does.
So you're rejected and you're sitting down saying, well, why did they reject me? You feel bummed out, you know. But then maybe that's an opportunity for you to do something that you never thought that you would be able to do. And so sometimes delays, rejection is God pushing you into your creativity and into a new space. I like what you just said. In every place, in every space.
In every space.
That's
yes.
awesome. That's awesome. So now you're using your voice. You know, you're teaching others. So it's like full circle now. You're back to the O'Brien. Walk us through what's
Yes.
happening over there with those kids.
I am back to the O'Brien. So I am the director of choral activities at the O'Brien.
Yes.
It has been a year. It has been a year. Lots of hard work, but I
Yes.
love my students. I'm a little crazy, but they accept me. They go with
Good
me.
crazy.
We decided to do a musical in 3
Look at
months.
that. Ooh.
A full concert.
Wow.
And we got it done before Christmas.
Nice.
So proud of them. We're getting ready. We just been able, because of the rise of COVID and everything, we just have been granted access to start singing again today.
Nice.
So we're getting ready to get ready for our year-end concert and some other fun things. I also teach. I teach there during the day. I'm also a voice instructor at Riverside Theater Works,
Nice.
which is a company in Hyde Park that puts on Broadway shows.
That's where the person said that.
Oh, they saw me.
They saw you, and they was waiting, and they were telling everybody around the table, he's gonna sing, and they were disappointed that you never
So
sang.
not unfortunately,
Yes.
but I'm not in every show at Riverside, so I teach there.
Okay.
So I'm on staff there. So it's hard to try to get stuff done and rehearsal and I teach there. So I'm on staff there. I teach there. So most of the time, if you see me on a show, I'm probably not going to be singing. I'm probably filling in someone's part that's not there, or
Yes.
making sure everything's running smoothly.
Yes.
But I still love performing. I still love doing things like that. But yes, I'm at Riverside Theater Works. And I'm looking forward because I'm about to start a new program for us.
For us.
For us.
Yes.
One
I
of the
love
things I've noticed at Riverside, which I love Riverside, and I'm so appreciative to be on the staff there. That is one of the best places I've worked. The level of kindness, the level of love, the level of commitment to the arts is so great there.
Nice.
But I'm starting something for us. It's going to be called the Chrysalis Connection.
The chrysalis connection. I
You know,
love
the
that.
chrysalis is
Yes.
the different form of the butterfly.
Butterfly, yes.
It's going to be called the Chrysalis Connection, and what I want to do is I want to open up a way for inner city children, for African American, Latino children to have access to the arts.
What is it like grooming Latinos and African American in at the theater? What is it like seeing them, and do you see them come alive? What does that look like? What does that feel like for you?
It's awesome to see them come alive because a lot of my students, and I can only talk from my experience,
Right.
they don't have access to musical theater or other types of arts.
Right.
So they run after trying to be Beyonce. And if your voice is not Beyonce, your voice is Janelle Jones,
Yeah.
you might think you're horrible at being Beyonce when your real voice should be on this stage.
Wow.
You're just
So
going
you're,
after
so you're
the wrong
helping
thing.
them. You're helping them find their stages.
Find their stage.
That's good.
Find their voice.
Yeah.
And what I love about it is the new program is going to take they're going to have to audition for it. And we're going to take 10.
There's no freebies.
There's no freebies. I need to make sure they're serious.
They're
I need to make
serious?
sure they're serious.
Good.
And we're going to take 10 young people and we're going to immerse them into the world of musical theater. They're going to learn vocal technique. They're going to learn acting. They're going to learn how to move on stage, backstage. They're going to learn how to run the lights, how to run the sound. And it's going to be
nice.
like
The
a
whole
12-week
production.
program.
You're learning the whole
And I'm going to
production.
teach it. And we just got a grant from the city, from the cultural arts, to start it for this semester. So I'm really excited. We don't have a lot of representation of us in these areas, in these places, in these spaces. So I'm excited to start this program that hopefully it can put a fire under us, that we can learn a new type of music, that we can learn a new way, a new creative outlet, that maybe that might be your future. So I'm excited to start this.
Look at you who accidentally collided with your voice to now changing the trajectory of so many other young people's voices. Who could that be?
I have to give back in this way, because I was blessed tremendously.
Yes.
I had voice lessons, expensive voice lessons that I never paid for.
Wow.
I was given opportunities that other people my age were not given. I was blessed to have see different things, hear different things, be in rooms with different people. I was really blessed.
Who are some of the people that you've met? Some famous people that you've met along the way?
Famous people that I've met. Marvin. Let me start with gospel people.
All
Ty
right.
Tribbett, Marvin Sapp, got to open up a concert for him.
Look at this.
Marvin Winans, got to sing with him at
he can
Symphony
sing.
Hall.
Yes.
Who else? I'm trying to go through my mind. Let's go to non-gospel. Got to perform with Ruby D. Harry Belafonte. Now you got me going through. You got me going through. I'm trying to get through. I'm probably going to forget. The Celtics, got to do a private show for the Celtics.
Wow.
The only place I have not sang the anthem, the Star Spangled Banner rather, is Gillette Stadium.
Is that a goal?
That's a goal.
It's happening.
I've done the Bruins. I've done the Celtics. I've done the Red Sox. I've done the Paw Sox. I want to do the Patriots.
Tell everybody.
If you know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that could get me on the field at Gillette Stadium, call me, please.
All right. Wow, that's amazing. We're gonna be right back. We're gonna show you some of JT's performances when we return to the journey. All right, welcome back to the journey, everyone. I'm sitting with the lovely Jermaine, JT, as we know him. He's going to walk us through some of the things that he has done. So, Jermaine, what's going on over here?
Okay, let's see. What this is? This is Black Nativity.
Black Nativity.
This is definitely Black Nativity.
I love you in Black Nativity.
Screaming.
That's just you, just
this was
posing.
A new headshot. That I had to get some new headshots because I started performing again.
Yes.
So that was that.
Another
this
one.
was actually when I was touring. This was, for some reason, when I was touring, I got like 3 shows back to back.
Yeah.
And they were all the evil character. So they I think I played like the sorcerer in one, the witch in one, and like the evil person in another. I was like,
so not like you.
I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah. This one was we premiered the opera called Tremonisha, which is an old Scott Joplin opera that many people have never even heard of.
I've never ever heard of it.
We premiered it in Boston, and this was a part of the scene.
Nice.
This was from one of the tours with Harlem Gospel Choir.
Cool.
Out of New York. Yep, I don't know what city or state or where we were at, but I know this is one of the tours.
Hear my prayer in my need. You have always been there. He is young. He's afraid. Let him rest. If God had granted me a son, the summers die one by one. How soon they fly, on and on, and I am old and will be gone. Bring him peace, bring him joy. He is young, he is only a boy. You can take, you can give. Let him be, let him live. If I die, let me die. Let him live. Bring him home.
All right, awesome.
That was a fun night.
was
was a
awesome.
fun night.
That was awesome. So, what is a counter tenor voice?
Ah. So a countertenor voice is it's a classification of a voice. It's the highest male voice.
Oh,
So a countertenor is kind of like a male soprano. So someone who can sing high would not necessarily might be a tenor. Countertenor means you can sing up there and stay up there.
and stay up there.
Like you can stay there, float there, stay there through songs.
Whoa.
Not just like you can, do it real quick. And
Who are
come back
who are
down.
some artists that can do that?
Countertenor artists?
Andrea Bocelli,
No, he's a tenor.
he's a tenor.
Derek Reagan,
Okay,
Ty Oni.
okay.
I'm trying to think of countertenors that are close.
Jermaine.
Jermaine. Yeah, I should have brought a countertenor video. I don't sing countertenor as much.
But you can stay
as
up
I
there.
used to. Yes,
But you can stay there.
I still do if I have to.
You can-
If I have to. As you get older, you start to lean back into the tenor
decline.
range. But if I need to, I'll stay. One of the videos you saw, Bring Him Home from Les Mis, that
Yes.
was with me at the piano.
Yes.
That's an example of create your own.
Oh.
So I would probably never get casted as that part. But I'm going to put that in a show and sell tickets.
Wow.
Because I love that song, I'm going to sing it.
Being audacious with your purpose.
Yes. If I like the song, I'm going to sing it.
gonna sing it.
Will I ever get casted in it in a show? Maybe
Maybe
not.
But in your show.
But in my show, I can sing whatever I want.
Right. I love it. I love it. Have you ever during performances ever forgot your line or your lyrics?
Oh my gosh.
And what did how did you make up for it?
I'm known for that. I'm known for that. So okay, let's talk about the show somebody said you
Yes.
saw me at.
Yes.
So that show was hard for me. Because I haven't done a regular play in so long. I've been doing musical theater in so long that you don't speak in musical theater. Most of your lines are to music.
Right.
And even if you talk, there's like music under you so
Right.
you can remember your cues. That show, there was no music to get my lines cue off of.
So you couldn't hide behind the
So
string.
I played, so it was called The Bodyguard, Whitney Houston.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
a Whitney Houston musical.
Yeah.
And I played her publicist, Cy Spector. So because I was the publicist, I was able to have a notepad or a cell phone. I had my lines on that thing. If you're watching this, the director of the show, if you watch this, sorry. But I had my lines out and I would like be acting like I'm writing notes, and I'll be reading my lines, or I took screenshots of my lines, and I'm like going through my phone looking like I'm like doing planets. I'm looking at my
fashion
lines.
is good for the soul.
Looking at my lines. If it's to music, I don't mind. Like sometimes you have to, like the book is this thick and you have to memorize it all.
Goodness.
I'm fine with memorizing things to music. It's like the regular acting.
Yeah.
I haven't done it in so long that I have to like really sit down and study my cues and stuff.
What is your favorite song to sing? Like, what is your all-time favorite song?
I don't know if I have one.
Yeah, but what's a song that you go to a lot? I know it's a hard one.
Yeah, that's a hard one. In church, I would probably say "Great Is Thy Faithfulness." It's probably one of my favorites. Outside of church, I would probably say "Bring Him Home," the one you heard. That's the only one that could pop in my head. I love music. I love so many songs. I go through seasons when different songs are my favorite songs.
Yeah.
But I like that question. What are your go-tos? Those would probably be my go-tos.
Do you have a playlist? Because I would love your playlist.
I don't have a playlist.
You haven't created a playlist.
No, I don't. I jump around so much. You might hear Donnie McClurk in one song and then hear Disney Lion King next song.
Yeah, you have a playlist. Do you offer lullabies? Good night lullabies for free, because you can come over.
Oh yes, I do that for free.
Sing.
I actually am working on an album.
Oh, nice.
Hopefully, it's done this year. We pray and hope it's done this year. It's a small album, about 4 to 5 songs of my favorite hymns.
Oh, nice.
So I'm hoping to finish that by August.
You know everybody is going to be lining
but
up
it's an album of my
that.
favorite hymns. My grandmother loved hymns.
Yes.
She taught me a lot of the hymns. I know hymns because she would sing them around the house. So I'm going to take her favorite ones and sing them.
I'll be in line for to grab one of those.
We pray it's done by October.
It should be.
Pray.
Yes, we should be. So JT, what would it be like to have you on the show and then have you sing? Listen, now to our inspirational piece, and then JT is going to sing us out of here when we return with this. JT, thank you.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you.
It's my pleasure to have you. And now to our inspirational piece. I can't tell you the countless times when I never had a word, and all I had was tears and a song, and it carried me through. Miguel de Cervantes says, "He who sings frightens away his ills." And today, as Julia Densmore says, when our voices are joined together, the music sets us free. Are you ready to sing with us? Stay tuned.
When you've done all you can and seems like it's never enough. And what do you say when your friends turn away and you're all alone, all alone? When you've given your all and it seems like you just can't make it through.
well, you just stand. When there's nothing left to do, you just stand. Watch the Lord see you through. Yes, after you've done all you can, you just stand. The guilt of your past. Tell me, how do you deal with the strain? And how can you smile when your heart has been broken and filled with pain, filled with pain? Tell me, when you've given your all and it seems like you can't make it through, well, child, just stand. When there's nothing left to do, you just stand. You watch the Lord see you through. Yes, after you've done all you can, you just stand and endure. Be not entangled with that bondage again. You just stand and be sure. Yes, God has a purpose. Yes, God has a plan. Tell me what. When you've done all you can and it seems like you just can't make it through, well, you just stand. 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 You stand, you stand, you stand. Stand through the hurt. Stand through the pain. Stand through every storm. You better stand, stand through the rain. Don't give up and don't give in. If you just hold on, my brother, you're gonna win, you're gonna win, you're gonna win. Stand. 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 After you've done all you can. After you've done all you can. You prayed, you cried, you prayed, you cried, you prayed and you cried, you prayed, you prayed, you prayed and you cried. Give it over to Jesus. He can bear it. Give it over to Jesus. He promised to share it, yes. After you've done all you can. After you've done all that you can. You can, you can. After you've done all you can, you just stand. You stand.
The journey continues, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, JT.
Thank you,
That was awesome. Bye, everyone.
See you next time.